Hello and welcome to Maximal Fire. I'm Alex and today we are going to be reviewing the Dystopian Industrial Set by Warcradle Studios. At the start of the year, in the wake of the long-anticipated release of Legions Imperialis, Warcradle Studios announced a new plastic terrain set compatible with epic scale gaming. Always one for looking to add to my terrain collection, when the opportunity to pick one of these up came around, I thought it the perfect time to do a review and an unboxing. This video is by no means sponsored by Warcradle, and the kit I bought was out of my own money. Coming in at a recommended retail price of £50, the Dystopian Industrial Set is a fully modular plastic terrain kit that can be built in whatever way you can think of. As well as being compatible with Legions Imperialis, it's also advertised as perfectly compatible with other games such as Drop Zone Commander, Warcradle's own epic scale game Armoured Clash coming later this year, and other 6 to 10mm game systems. The box set features lovely sleeve and box packaging with an embossed Warcradle logo, 6 plastic sprues, and full colour assembly instructions. The biggest question I had regarding this set was just how much terrain does £50 buy you, and how does it compare against its obvious primary competitor, the Civitas Imperialis terrain sets by Games Workshop. I set to assembling and painting the kit to do a comparison between the two. First impressions was that the quality of the sprue and packaging was first rate. Good quality, thick, double-sided wall pieces set this out to be a high quality, robust kit, which was very encouraging. The customization you can get out of one set is pretty impressive, with double-sided walls, various roof and base options, as well as lots of characterful additions, such as turrets, cranes and ammo boxes to decorate the building, or even used to add to other pieces of scatter terrain. The assembly guide was nicely presented with diagrams, however I did find the guide to be a bit overly wordy and overcomplicated. There was no instructions as to how to build the advertised buildings on the box set, but it was more of a guide as to how the pieces interact with one another, so you can build what you like yourself. In the end, I looked at this for like 5 minutes and then decided that really the best way for me to assemble these would just be to get in there and start experimenting. The instruction manual was quickly cast aside and thrown back in the box, never to be looked at again. Honestly though, the kit is pretty intuitive, so it's hard to make any serious mistakes. When I got to building the kit, I quickly realised that there were a lot of steps required to build one piece of wall. When building a corner wall section, for example, there are 7 pieces required, all of which require clipping and cleaning, and there is a lot of cleaning required. All in all, to build one set, it took me the best part of an evening, which would put this in my pretty long category for assembling a kit of this size. The set I got had some pretty heavy mould lines which needed tidying up, and some of the pieces are arranged on the sprue in such a way that it's hard to get a clean first cut on a few of the pieces. The kit did go together really nicely, however, and the wall sections and roofs are much more robust than what you get in the Civitas Imperialis kit. There were also clever little inclusions, such as roof supports built into the support sprue that you just clip out as you need them, if you ever wanted to support 2 roofs together and ensure they don't collapse in on one another. I thought that this was nice, as not only did it minimise waste plastic from the sprue, but also offered nice firm supports to the final building. All in all, the sprues were pretty well laid out, with very little waste compared to other kits. One criticism of the sprue design is that when you have built the building, that's the only way that you can use it. It's not really a big thing, but when you compare this against the GW set, which you can stack on top of one another to add or remove any height after you've built the building, this was certainly a consideration as to the final product's usability and flexibility. Another thing which surprised me was that you cannot actually build all of the buildings as they are advertised on the box from a single set. I thought this was a pretty poor decision by Warcradle, in all honesty, as I'm sure many of you also, like to build the suggested layout with the first box set of terrain so I can get a feel for how much is in there and what you can do with the set. It was frustrating to come to the last building and realise that there was precisely one wall piece not enough to build the set as shown on the box. Surely just put on the front of the box what you can build with the contents of the box. The other main criticism I have is the price compared to the coverage that the terrain provides. I picked this up from Entoyment for £37.50, and I would say that one box set provides slightly less terrain than you would get from one box of the Civitas Imperialis sets. The terrain is slightly lower, however a 2x1 piece does come in at slightly wider than a 2x1 piece of Civitas. When you consider that the Civitas Imperialis sector is sold by Entoyment for just under twice the price at £85, and you get 4 boxes worth of Civitas Imperialis sets and a set of spires in that kit, kitting out an entire board for Legions Imperialis with these dystopian kits becomes a very expensive prospect. So should you buy this kit? If you are in the market for terrain, then yes, you should. But I would bulk out the rest of your board with Civitas Imperialis kits or alternate scenic options. These kits make for great alternatives to the GW kits, and I plan on using these to represent the building types in Legions Imperialis that GW don't currently sell, such as a section of Militaris Imperialis for instance. These buildings themselves look great and are robust and fun to paint with lots of little areas of interest. Warcradle have released a great high quality product here. It's just the price and the issues like the fact that you can't build what's on the box with the box that let it down just a little bit. If you haven't already, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. We are making our final push to 2,000 subs, and so every sub helps us to continue to put out content such as this and expand our reach to a wider audience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.